this masterclass that you're here for right now is all about how to choose your course topic idea. Yeah, so how to choose your profitable online yoga course topic. So really it's about, how do you package up what you have to offer? Okay, so your unique expertise into an online course to really ensure that your ideal students are lining up, right? They're lining up for when the doors are going to open to your online course. So to package something up, you need to know what that thing is, okay? And of course, that starts with an idea that's really born from the gifts that you have to share, okay? But not only that, also an understanding of your ideal student, yeah, and the problem, okay, the problem that they're looking to solve, and how your offerings, your expertise, your gifts, your online course can really provide that transformation for them. I'm guessing that some of you will already have a course topic in mind. Most teachers I talk to have been thinking about an idea for their course for some time, but maybe they're just not sure how to move forward, and they aren't certain if their audience are actually going to want to pay them for it. And of course, there's thousands of possible course ideas out there, guys. So many courses that you could create for your ideal students. And, as I said, there's plenty of course ideas out there. You really don't need to worry if you have an idea and another teacher has already launched a course on that same topic, because what you'll create is your version, and, you'll craft an offering and position your course in a very unique way, and in a way that attracts your niche and your ideal students. Okay, so that's important to realize. And it's also important to know that whatever idea you have, and whatever it is that you end up creating for your online course, that it leads to a transformation. Okay, so if you guys have got a pen and paper with you right now, and I hope you have, write this down. People buy an outcome. Okay, and the way that you ensure that there are people there lining up for your course when you open the doors is you need to understand who your ideal students are and what they want and need from you. It's so important. We can't just pick an idea out of thin air. We need to understand what people want. So, no matter what it is that you're teaching or how good your topic is, the only reason that somebody is going to actually buy something from you and give you their money is because they want the outcome, okay? They want what your course is promising, okay? They're buying a transformation. Yeah, they're buying a transformation, like how they're going to look or how they're going to feel. So you want to be very, very clear on the outcome and the transformation. Like, this is the most important part of your course. It's not how many lessons are in it or how many this and how many that. The most important part of your course is the outcome. Yeah, the transformation. And courses that have one or two main outcomes actually sell better. Yeah, they sell better. It's easy for you to create, and it's actually more helpful for your students. So we don't need to complicate this. Just having a couple of main outcomes is key, right? And so for instance, for my program, for the Profitable Yoga Teacher, there are two main outcomes for what you'll learn. Outcome one: grow and nurture your student community. You learn how to grow and nurture your student community. That's one outcome. And outcome two is you learn how to create and launch your online course. So there's two outcomes there, two outcomes. And the overall transformation, okay, the overall transformation is that you would have a profitable online business model that works. Okay, so this is really important, you being very clear on what the outcome is. Yeah, because that's what people are buying essentially. So to know what that transformation is, you need to know who your ideal students are. If you do you know where they are at point A? Okay, point A. And do you know where they want to be at point B? Yeah, do you understand that journey that they want to go on? So just ask yourself that. Do I understand who my ideal students are, and do I understand what their challenges are? Point A is that challenge, isn't it? Where they are right now. Point B, what's point B? The transformation. Yeah, the outcome, the transformation. So, this process allows you to get clear on how your online course really helps and supports your ideal students to move from point A to point B. Yeah, because you understand what their challenges are. Yeah, you understand, how to provide the outcomes that they're looking for. So, I encourage you to be sure of this before you jump straight into creating your online course, because that's a big mistake. If you just jump straight into creating your online course without first understanding this process, you'll waste time and energy by doing that. There is a process to go on, a process, for a framework for really creating and launching your online course and understanding your ideal student, like doing this inner work on your niche is a big part of finding out what your course topic is. Yeah, we can't find out what the course topic is unless we've done the work on the niche. So that's one element, right? That's one element of finding out your course topic idea. Okay, it's about your student, isn't it? We've talked about who is the ideal student and what is the transformation that they're looking for. And then the other element, the other part of this is actually about you. So we understand, right? We understand that we need to know who our students are, yeah, in order to be able to choose our course topic idea. Yeah, we need to understand who our students are so we can understand the problem that we're solving. Yeah, because actually business and marketing, or business is about providing solutions to problems. Yeah, you are in business to provide solutions to problems, to your customers' problems. That's what business is essentially about. And marketing is how you communicate that. Okay, and we can't communicate that, we can't do that, we can't provide a solution to something if we don't know what the problem is. And if we don't know, who our ideal students are, we won't know what the problem is. So we have to understand this. We have to understand the problem that we're solving and the transformation that our students are looking for right now, that they need help with, that we can help them with. But what happens if you don't have a community? Because, if you don't have a community, where do you start? Where do you start? Yeah, because, I've just been sharing now that you need to know the problem that you solve. But what if you don't have a community right now and you're not 100% sure on what problem you solve? Yeah, how am I supposed to do this, Kelly, if I don't have a community right now? Well, actually, you shouldn't feel stuck at all, because you have the answer inside of you. You do. You have the answer inside of you, because it's likely that your students are where you once were. Yeah, it's very likely that you've gone through the same journey that they will be going on. Yeah, if you're just starting to build up your community, very likely. So it's also very likely that you are passionate about this topic that you've experienced yourself. Yeah, that you have a story related to. Because sometimes, your course topic idea is right under your nose. Yeah, so just have a think. Just have a think. Have a think about, what is the conversation that you always seem to have with people, that people always ask you questions about and lights you up? Yeah, what could you talk about for hours and hours? What could you talk about? Have a think about what that is for you, because actually, those make the best course topics. And if you can come from that place, you're going to really enjoy creating your course. And that's key, isn't it? Is this a topic that you actually feel passionate enough about to create and to teach and to promote for years to come? You also might be thinking, well, yeah, sure, there's things I'm passionate about, but I'm not expert enough to teach, that topic in an online course. Yeah. And being an expert simply means you've got skill and you've got experience. And all of you here have experience, especially if it's something that you've been through in your own life, and you've come out the other side and now you feel passionate about sharing that with other people. Right? And maybe, yoga has helped you to overcome, health related issues, or you've had some real kind of life transformation through the practice of yoga and meditation. And if you've had those, real results yourself in a specific area of your life that other people could relate to, that others are actually dealing with now and could also have that same transformation that you've been through, that you've had, you can package that up in a course. I really believe, I believe that everything that you've experienced and that you're passionate about is really connected to your purpose, guys, right? Because sometimes we complicate this idea of finding our purpose, don't we? We're like, oh, I can't find my purpose. I'm not sure if I'm aligned with my purpose, and again, sometimes it's completely under our nose, and it has been the entire time, right? I really think that, this idea of having a purpose for our life is really a lifelong journey of you understanding like what you're here for. And, as we grow, we begin to better understand what matters to us, don't we? And what kind of impact we want to leave and the legacy we want to have. And maybe, you're just feeling stuck right now because you've been doing the same thing in your business for such a long time without those real rewards. Or, perhaps you're still in your day job and you're wanting to move and transition, but it feels like a struggle. And so, is that any of you? Share with me. Give me a yes in the comments if that's you. And so if it is, it can feel like you're not on the right path towards your purpose. It can feel like, you're not connected to your purpose. And if that is you, I really believe that none of that is wasted, right? Nothing is wasted. Nothing is wasted. Like, your past is preparing you for what's to come. And it's really just about listening to your life. Okay, pay attention to the things that you have done, right? The passions that you've had, the failures that you've experienced. All of these things will really help you to figure out what's coming next, okay? And what that purpose is in your life. And, if I think about my own experience, I never thought 20 years ago that I would be here right now delivering this live session with you guys, right? I never thought it. And, I had an extremely successful marketing career for 15 years, right? I worked my way up to marketing director. I was working in tech when I finished my marketing career, and I decided to do my yoga teacher training. And by that point, I'd actually been practicing for about 10 years. And I never had any intention to teach. Most of us say this, right? We're like, oh, I'm just going to go and deepen my practice. And of course, we know how it goes. We know how the story goes, right? And, everything changed. I ended up leaving that well-paid job, and that was in 2015. I started my yoga company. It's called Good Yoga Life. 25 sold out retreats, hundreds of classes and events later. And the journey didn't end there for me. In 2017, I started Digital Yoga Academy, and it had just been that little voice in my head. It'd been there for a couple of years, sitting here on my shoulder, since my teacher training, was telling me to create this where you guys are with me right now. And so you have to listen to your inner wisdom, okay? Those crazy ideas, you have to tap in and believe in your intuition. And, this, where I am right now today, this was about bringing passion and purpose together. Okay, marketing and yoga, right? My passions, and teaching and helping people, my purpose. So you see, how your life doesn't necessarily take you where you expect it to take you. 20 years ago, I thought I'd be in a boardroom right now. Yeah. And, without that stressful, high pressured marketing career, I wouldn't be with you right now. And, maybe it was inevitable that these paths were going to align and that my passions would come together. So I just really encourage any of you who are feeling like you're not aligned with your purpose to just see the parts of your life, the chapters of your life are never wasted. Yeah, just know that at some point they're going to come together and everything's going to make so much sense. And, I think this is where your online course comes in, guys. This is where your online course comes in. Yeah, this is why I'm sharing this about your passion, your purpose. It comes together. And so, even if you don't have a community yet, you have somewhere to start. You do. You have somewhere to start because you have to just seek what's within and bring that forward to start there. Yeah. And actually, you should always just be thinking about, merging, your experience, your passion and purpose, and merging that with the problem that you can solve for people. Yeah. The problem that you can solve for people. And, when that aligns, that kind of intersection, that's where the best online course ideas are born, right? That's where the best online courses come from, where you can show up and speak about your online course with real conviction and purpose and intention. When we go on this journey of discovering all of this about ourselves and about our students, it means that we start to really narrow in. Yeah, we become more specific, don't we, about the topics that we're going to share in our content. Yeah, we start to define now what we're going to show up and talk about. We're not talking about general yoga anymore, with this general message of yoga that doesn't cut through. Yeah, no longer are we just showing up to share a schedule. We have stuff to talk about. Okay, so, menopause came up earlier. Maybe it's grief, life transitions, codependency, anxiety, panic attacks, motherhood, injury, addictions, all of these things and more, right? When we start to get specific with our content, what happens? What happens when that happens? When we start to do this, when we start to get intentional, yeah, we break through the fears of thinking that we're going to miss people, we're going to miss out on people. Yeah, because that happens, doesn't it? We're like, oh God, if I start narrowing in and talking about this specific thing, then the people that I've been serving over here, they won't be relevant anymore. But we can't keep carrying on thinking that, we're serving everyone. Yoga is for everyone, but your job as a business owner is to find your segment. Yeah. So when you start getting specific with your content, you start to attract the right people. And of course, you actually can then start to create an online course that will sell. Yeah. So we have to build our community. Yeah. We have to start building our community by narrowing in. Without a community, you won't know who your ideal students are. You won't have any information about them. You won't understand them. You won't be able to message them, create your messaging that really speaks to them. You won't be able to validate your online course idea because you'll have no one to talk to about your online course idea. And then you'll have no one to launch it to. So your community is key, right? It's key. And, that's why the first part of the first outcome for the Profitable Yoga Teacher program is focused on community building, right? It's focused on growth strategies. And so many teachers jump headfirst into creating offerings. They think that that's where they need to start. And it's most definitely not the place to start. You know, you need to really start on building foundations with your marketing and starting to grow. Getting yourself out there, sharing your message, showing up in the places where your students are online. Yeah, it's super important. Super, super important. Let's have a little recap. So, on how to choose our topic, course topic. So we talked about the problem, right, that you solve. Yeah, we need to know that. We need to understand our students and who you're serving so that you know what that transformation is that you're going to offer to them in your course. And, you know, that you can really just do that inner work, right? We need to do the inner work and listen to the chapters of our own life, you know, and understand what we're passionate about so that we can come from that place of purpose. And I guess now I'm just trying to think, like, trying to get inside your head. And I know that some of you might be thinking, okay, well, you know, this sounds great. There's a few topics I'm passionate about sharing, and, you know, I can start there, but I still don't see how I can package that up and make it into a course. Anyone thinking this? Anyone thinking, you know, why will someone buy that from me when they can probably find the information online? Anyone thinking that? This all sounds great, but how am I actually going to create this course? You know, why is anyone going to do this? I'm going to put this course topic together and they can just find that information online. Have I just crawled inside your head? You probably are thinking this, and I just want to give you, you know, a little kind of behind the scenes online course secret. And this secret has served me well, yeah, over the last 4 years whilst I've been doing this myself. And it's this: everything that you want to teach in your online course can be found online for free. Okay, you've heard me right. Everything. Simple Google search on YouTube, you know, it's going to give you every tip, secret, strategy that's out there. That's just facts, right? So, like, for instance, you know, with my program, inside the Profitable Yoga Teacher program, you can find everything that I teach online. However, I've still had hundreds of teachers go through my program. Yeah, I've still been able to build a multiple six-figure online business from my online courses, right? Why is that? Why is that? The reason is because people want true results. Yeah, and the people who really do want true results, that are really looking for a solution out there, that are searching for a solution, they are the people who are serious about getting results. And they don't want to go and hunt and search all over Google to find out how to get those results. Yeah, if the time is now for someone, they want that now, don't they? They want that now, and they're serious about doing it. And, you know, they want to be supported by a guide who's been there and done that. So your online course is about collapsing, yeah, the timeline that it takes to go and find all of that information, which most of it is out of date and not in the right order. Yeah, when you start Googling stuff, how overwhelming can that be? So it's about collapsing the timeline to achieve real success. It's about getting to the finish line quicker, isn't it? About getting to that outcome quicker. And in my case, like, if you're serious about creating an online course, the last thing you want to do is spend weeks and months hunting and pecking through Google trying to find out how to do it. You want a step-by-step framework, and it's exactly the same for your students, guys. So I really want that to hit home. You know, people that want true results are going to pay for it. That's the secret that I want to share with you right now. And you must believe it because it's true. Yeah, you must believe it because it's true. Yes, Grace, that's such a good point. They also connect to you and your audience, right? Therefore, they choose you. Yes. So this is why we shouldn't be worried about if somebody else has the exact course that we want to create, because as you build your community, people are choosing you. People that come into your community, it's the same like your favorite yoga teacher, the teachers that you want to practice with. Like we all have our favorite yoga teachers, don't we? You know, so like I have a subscription to Glow, which is an online membership platform. It's got hundreds of teachers on there. Every time I go on there, Kia Miller, she's my favorite teacher. So I practice with her like nearly every day, basically. And there's hundreds of other teachers on there, but no, she's my point of call. So, you know, it's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. And, you know, when it comes to your course topic, specifically, the way that you make it profitable is by putting it into a system, right? It's by putting it into a roadmap, a step-by-step guide, whichever makes most sense, okay, for your specific content. But systems, processes, frameworks, steps, that's what sells. People want to go on a step-by-step journey towards that outcome. That's what people are going to pay for. And so you're showing them how to get from point A that we talked about earlier, which is usually this painful, challenging, confusing place where they're at in their life right now, somewhere they don't want to be and they're ready to move from. That's the point. They're ready to move. And you're going to get them to point B, right? A place where they're getting results as fast and as quickly as possible, right? As fast and as efficiently as possible. That's what sells. Okay, so keep that in mind as you continue to think about your course topic. So, of course, if you become one of my students, I'm going to walk you through that entire process. I really know how to pull out a process or a system from all of those ideas that are kind of circling in your head. That's one thing I know I do really well. So, you know, I take you through that process, that proven framework to create and launch your online course so that you can get all of those ideas into a system, right? A framework, yeah, that people will want to pay for. So, you know, even if you don't become a student of mine, find a way to get your ideas into a system, into a process. And we've covered quite a lot today. I know I share and I can speak too fast sometimes. I try to slow myself down, but I'm excited. And, you know, as I said, I'm connected to my purpose and sharing this with you. And ultimately, like my mission with Digital Yoga Academy is to share yoga, is to spread yoga around the world and for people to be able to benefit from yoga the way that we have. And I do that by supporting you. Yeah, so that's my mission, is to support yoga teachers to share yoga. So connected to your purpose, always be connected to your purpose and that end result, you know, what you're really showing up for. So we've talked a lot today. We've covered quite a lot, and you know, perhaps what I've talked about today are completely new concepts. That's okay. It can bring up some fears and maybe you feel like, you know, lack of confidence to do all of this. But what I'll say is, you know, when you've got the steps to do this, you know, whether it's in my framework, in my program or someone else's, but when you've got someone who's walking you through this process, all of that lack of confidence around not knowing what to do can melt away, right? And it's like anything that you're going through in your business. When you're leveling up, we talked about this earlier in the first masterclass, but leveling up and having support when you level up, like I have support with coaches and mentors when I'm moving up and leveling up, it's so important. And so just know that you don't need to know what you're doing before you embark on this, you know, embark on this big goal of creating an online course, because it is a big goal, right? We are changing our business model. Yeah, we're finally moving away and realizing that, hey, that business model that I've been doing for the last however long is not really working, and it's not really, you know, making me feel like a business owner, because I'm not getting the income for the energy and the time that I'm investing in this. And so I guess I'll leave you with one more thing, okay? And and it's this. I believe that everyone has a knowledge, a knowing, a skill set, a gift that they can teach. Yeah, I believe that everyone has something inside of them that they can create into an online course. And maybe you've had, well, you've clearly had results for yourself, right? You've had results for yourself, results for someone else. You can bring that process and teach it to others. Yeah, start there. Start with yourself or the people that you've worked with one-to-one. Like, tap into that and just allow yourself to dream a little. Yeah, get creative. Don't let the fear of what others think. What are other people going to think of me trying to teach this in a course? Don't let that fear stop you from moving forward. Yeah, do not let that fear stop you. Don't even listen to that fear of what others think, because it's none of your business what others think of you. So it shouldn't even enter your mind. Creating online courses and building this business that I now have 4 years on has literally transformed my life. Yeah, it's transformed my life. It's transformed the lives of many of my students. And I've experienced firsthand like what it feels like to transition from an unreasonably demanding corporate career to running a high profit and high impactful online business. Yeah, I've experienced that firsthand. And more than anything else, I really just want you to experience what's possible when you create your online course, because you owe it to yourself, right? You owe it to yourself to at least explore what that will look like for you, and explore what it will look like for your community and what you're going to put out there, because it allows you to create that impact that drew you to teaching yoga in the first place. Yeah, you get to create impact in your life, in your family's life, in your students' life. This is about creating impact. Yeah, you get to create impact. How good is that, guys? How good is that? This is what we're doing. This is why we're here. This is why we're here. And I said this earlier, the timing is so apt. The timing is now. Like, this is why you've been doing what you've been doing. This is what your training, your yoga teacher training, has been for you to create the impact. And this is what the world needs right now, right? So we know that. Thank you so much. I really hope that that's helped you today to allow the penny to drop and to really realize that, we're not just shoving together some yoga classes. We are taking our students on a deeper journey. And this is the deeper journey that they truly need right now. Okay. Lots of love to you all. See you guys soon. Bye bye.